There we go. All right, everybody, thank you so much for taking your time to be with us tonight. This topic on talking about essential oils it's fascinating for me. And I really believe that this is the way of the future. I think a lot of people might think about essential oils as something that smells good, that we can add to food for flavorings. It's something we can use instead of candles in our home or something like that. But I really think that very few people actually know the therapeutic benefit of using essential oils. So I'm just going to go ahead and put everybody on mute. And then I'll unmute you here after. There we go. Okay. So I have been using essential oils for about 5.5 years now. I had no idea what they even were, they even existed. But I knew that when I smelled a rose, that it smelled wonderful. I knew that when I walked through a forest, there was that wonderful smell, that pine smell that we have when we walk through the forest. But I didn't know why, and most people don't even think about that. Well, those are essential oils that are in those plants, and they're these highly concentrated, volatile, aromatic compounds. They're found in the roots, the bark, the stem, the flowers of the plant. And they're kind of hidden. I see them as kind of God's little secrets that he put in plants that are the medicinal nature of the plant. The herb part of the plant, or the dried part of the plant, can also be medicinal as well, but the essential oils are about 70 times as potent as any kind of a dried botanical product. You need to be sure that when you're looking at getting essential oils, that the oils that you're going to be using, especially if you're going to be using them for like medicinal purposes, that they are certified pure therapeutic grade. And doTERRA actually is CPTG. That's what this stands for. That means that they are very, very pure. So they're 100% natural. There's no artificial ingredients, no fragrances, no fillers. When you get a bottle of peppermint oil from doTERRA or lavender oil from doTERRA, you know that inside of that bottle is 100% the best essential oil on the product, and there's nothing else in that bottle except for that oil. When you go to a grocery store, or we can find essential oils at gas stations now. It's crazy. There's like essential oils everywhere. And a big reason for that is because doTERRA has really opened the door for people to be able to have knockoffs on these essential oils. And 85%, at least 85% of the market is actually, they're not even from botanicals. They are created in a laboratory, and they're not going to have hardly any benefit at all. In fact, they can be detrimental to the body and even poisonous. So we have to make sure that we're getting 100% pure products. They need to be safe, which means they're free of pesticides and herbicides, other chemical residues, which when you're getting these essential oils that are created in a laboratory, they're not even essential oils. They are fragrances. They're more like perfumes. And they need to be potent, which means they're standardized. So when you get a bottle of peppermint oil from doTERRA today, and you get a bottle of peppermint oil 2 years from now, those bottle of peppermint oil, they are going to have the same molecular substances in them that are going to be therapeutic for the body. There's 3 ways to use essential oils. The first one is aromatically. And some of you may have seen a diffuser, which is a wonderful way to use your essential oils. If you don't have a diffuser in your home, let me just say you have to. It is such a better option than candles or sprays or perfumes. There's no chemicals. And when we talk about using essential oils versus like a perfume or something that's going to be a chemical, they can be neurotoxins in the body, and they're also hormone inhibitors. So when we start to think about things like brain fog and hormone disruptions in the body, we can actually look to some of the dyes, the perfumes, the chemicals, the toxins that are in our air, the things that we eat, as some of the things that are actually causing those products. Are causing those problems. So when you start to use essential oil products, you're starting to clean up and detoxify. And this aromatic use is one of those ways to do that. Another way to do that is to put a drop of essential oil in your hand, cup it around your mouth and your nose and just breathe it in and make your hands like a natural diffuser. You can make sprays, furniture polishes. Heck, I clean everything now that I use for all my cleaning products is all essential oils. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, now topical use. So with topical use of essential oils, beneficial areas for use are going to be the neck, the forehead, and the temples. This is going to be especially for head tension, for neck and shoulder tension, and also for emotional use. So essential oils are extremely valuable for emotional use, and putting them on the back of the neck, on the pulse points, breathing them in, because these essential oil molecules are very, very small, and they can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and have huge effects for people who deal with anxiousness and for times when they're really feeling low or sad or for grief. There's an entire set of just emotions oils with doTERRA. The chest and the abdomen. So let's say that you have some digestive issues going on or some respiratory issues going on. The closer to the area of concern as possible, that's where you're going to want to use your essential oil. Also, the bottoms of the feet are one of the most beneficial places to use essential oils because the oils are, the skin on the bottom of the feet is, it's thin, and it actually, that's where toxins are either taken in or released from the body is from your feet. So we put essential oils on, they actually get into the circulatory system very, very quickly and are disseminated throughout the body. Okay, now some essential oils are considered hot oils. We think of some of the herb oils like thyme and rosemary, cinnamon, which isn't an herb, but we know that as being a hot oil, clove. So you want to make sure, oregano, that's another one especially, that you are diluting your essential oils. And I really teach the value of diluting your oils for a few reasons. One, because we don't want to cause any skin sensitivities. Some people have more sensitive skin than others. And also because those essential oils are carried through the dermis, they're carried through the skin, and the carrier oil actually helps bring them into the circulatory system where they need to be. And also, we talked about them being volatile compounds. What that means is they evaporate very, very quickly. So if you put an essential oil on the skin, it could evaporate. About 70% of it might evaporate before it goes into your skin. But if you have it diluted, it's not going to do that because that carrier oil, which most of the time it's going to be a fractionated coconut oil, is the carrier oil of choice. It actually helps it not to flash off so quickly off of the body. And then internal use of essential oils. Please do not use crappy oils internally. This is where we don't want to be using those dollar store oils and assuming that we can just take them like if we can a regular peppermint. You don't know what that oil is going to do. Make sure that you have a therapeutic grade oil when you're using it internally. So you can put your own drops in a veggie cap and swallow that veggie cap. You can put it in water. I put essential oils all the time in my water. Citrus oils, peppermint, spearmint. They're wonderful to be able to refresh your water, and it really helps you to drink a lot more water as well, and they're very detoxifying to the body. You can also put essential oils in food. I cook with them. I have an entire rack of essential oils just in my kitchen, and believe me, one drop is enough. So when you have these high quality, these high grade oils, they are very, very potent. So like using oregano and basil in a pot of spaghetti sauce, one drop of each of those oils is just going to give it a really nice flavor, but simply one drop, and that costs like 7 cents, you know, to be able to add that to your foods. And then doTERRA also has an entire line of supplements that are already infused with essential oils for internal use. So there's health benefits associated with essential oils, and this is what we're going to talk about a lot tonight. So just some of those health benefits is to soothe skin irritations, to promote a healthy digestion, to support immune health, which we're going to talk about quite a bit here because it is that time of year when we need to think about that. Promote a restful sleep, alleviate stomach upset. Everyone has occasional muscle and joint discomfort, and then head and neck tension. And this is not an exhaustive list at all. Anything that you can think of that is health related, we can think of an essential oil that is going to be beneficial for that thing. And now we're talking about everyday use of essential oils. So again, cooking for digestion, hair and skin, immune support, household cleaning. So all of my cleaning products are now made out of essential oil products. I have no toxins in my home anymore. I've gotten rid of all of that kind of stuff. Seasonal and environmental discomforts, emotional and behavioral issues, and then reducing the toxic load in your home. I mean, just thinking about the toothpaste that you use, the lotion that you use, the skincare products that we use, the hair care products that we use, they can all be full of toxins that, again, can be hormone and neurotoxin disruptors in the body. So the emotional benefits of essential oil, simply by smelling in an essential oil, having a diffuser going in your home, it is amazing how we can be calmed or energized or soothed or renewed or invigorated, uplifted, that we can focus or be motivated because of an essential oil that we simply are just breathing in, and they smell amazing. And it helps us to actually have a different kind of a mood in the home just by having a diffuser going or using these essential oils topically. So the pyramid of health with doTERRA is not, let's throw an essential oil at it and hope everything goes away. Because we know that it's still very, very important to eat right. Okay, so to have proper nutrition, a proper diet, and to really have a healthy lifestyle of exercising and movement and getting out and having friendships and things like that as well. But, you know, we do have supplements and essential oils that are going to help in these areas, like lots of them, to help us be able to get the proper nutrition from our food that we should be getting, especially for those people that have digestive issues. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. But then rest and stress management, I would say, when I go out and I speak on essential oils, or if I do vendor fairs and things like that and just talk to people one-on-one, if I ask what their top 3 health concerns are, it's very rare that somebody doesn't say stress. Stress is in the top 3, and I'll tell you what, stress is what's going to cause the other 2 that they tell me about almost every single time. So working on rest, getting proper sleep, getting, you know, rest doesn't just mean sleep. It means being able to rest our mind and to be able to, you know, not be so tense in our muscles and things like that. And to be able to have the, you know, right chemicals released from our brain, not just those things that are going to cause that buildup of cortisol and adrenaline in the body that just keeps us going all the time. And then reducing our toxic load, that is also a big one. We just talked about that a little bit. Now, informed self-care, this is above the line. Everything below the line is going to be more like preventative care. It's going to be before the thing happens. Above the line, now we're talking about healthcare. So informed healthcare, okay, now something does happen in your home. A grandchild, you know, scrapes their knee up on the driveway. You start to not feel well. Seasonal allergies come up. Now what can you do? Actually, about 80% of what we can do in our homes for healthcare, we can do on our own when we are informed of how to help. So when we're talking about this, just think about those times in your life when you've just run to the doctor and they've said, well, there's nothing that we can do. That costs a lot of money to do that. It takes time to do that. Now, some people are coming to me for potions all the time, and I'm making them up things. And now they're getting their own essential oils in their own homes so that they can, you know, have their own healthcare and be educated how to do that. And it saves so much money and time in the long run. And then proactive medical care. So we are not saying that doctors are bad. We're not saying that medicine is bad. We are not saying that the medical practice is bad. We are saying we need doctors for proactive medical care for some of the issues. But we are also saying that we should be empowered with our own health care through figuring out how to use essential oils and nutritional supplements to be able to stay well. So this is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is not just vitamins. This is an essential oil supplement pack that is different than anything else out there on the market. So I just want to tell you just a little bit about how I got started with essential oils. It's been almost 6 years ago now. It was 6 years ago now. I just started to have a lot of aches and pains in my body. At this point, I'm in my early 50s, and I'm thinking, okay, this isn't good, you know, and it just kept going downhill until my knee didn't work. My low back was terrible. I had bilateral frozen shoulders. It got to the point where I couldn't roll over in bed. I couldn't tie my shoes. I was very depressed, and it was excruciatingly painful. And there was no diagnosis for what I was going through, except maybe some things that had really scary initials after them, like it was mimicking ALS or MS. And it was a very, very scary time in my life. I did not want to go to the doctor because I didn't want to have to take pain medications or have surgery or get diagnosed with anything I didn't want to have. So I started to go to the chiropractor, the physical therapist, and my massage therapist, who introduced me to essential oils. And I looked at her and I said, "You're crazy. This isn't going to work. But I do think that I need a supplement, so I'll start taking this Lifelong Vitality Pack." So here's the deal. I always thought essential oils were voodoo, right? They're just this hippie thing. It's a fad, or it's wives' tales. It doesn't really work because I'm a biochemist. I'm a microbiologist, and I love cellular biology, and that's what I've done my entire life, working in a medical laboratory. And so nobody ever told me about this. And so I just thought, okay, well, we just take medicines when we're sick, because that's the only thing that I ever knew. Actually, that was my job, was to tell people what medications to take, to tell the doctors what medications to give their patients. So when I started to take the Lifelong Vitality Pack and I was having the symptoms that I was having, I could sleep through the night with no pain within 3 days. And I was amazed. I thought, okay, this is crazy. It's just a coincidence. But it kept getting better and better. And I had frozen shoulders for 7 months, and I was not able to raise my hands over my head at all. In 5 days, I was raising my hands over my head. And in 2 weeks, I was kayaking. And I was amazed. And you guys, I did not know how to use the essential oils at all. None of it. But I was using this Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I was getting this, the Alpha CRS is the first product that you see there, this cellular vitality blend. So this works at the cellular level to be able to work with your mitochondria to help with energy and vitality throughout the day. It's also super great for proper inflammatory response in the body. And you've got your V Omegas. This is your fish oil, if you will, but it has no fishy taste whatsoever. There's 9 different essential oils that are in these as well. And they're just a little tiny capsule, very, very easy to swallow. So your omega-3s are going to be very good for brain health, muscular health, cardiovascular health. And as we age, we need even more omega-3s in our system. And then your vitamins and minerals. That's the VMZ product. And we have to think about, when you take vitamins and minerals, they need to be in a bioavailable form, which means your body needs to be able to see them as food so that it can uptake those vitamins and minerals 100%. And most of us, if we're even taking vitamins and minerals at all, we're taking those hard-pressed tablets, which I'll guarantee you are stuck in the sewer system somewhere in the grates because they just go out the other end the same way they go in. The body does not absorb them. So we need to be able to have a vitamin complex that is not only dissolvable in the body, but also absorbable by the body. And that's what these 3 products, they synergize each other. They come together in the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so this is that base that we talked about, this base of nutrition, which gives our bodies what we need to be able to be healthy. Okay, so now we're going to go into the essential oils, and I'm going to go through 10 essential oils like really quickly. There are dozens and dozens of essential oils, and we are never going to get through them on this call. But just know that if you have these basic 10 oils in your home, you can kind of basically go to your medicine cabinet and say, hey, what if I didn't use this stuff anymore and I was just using essential oils? With these basic 10 oils, you would pretty much have an oil for anything that you need in your home. And I think you're going to be super surprised at how affordable these oils are. So lemon oil. Lemon oil is a great surface cleaner. It is very antiviral, antibacterial. It smells wonderful. You can use lemon to get any kind of sticky stuff off of any kind of surface, like those stickers that are come on your picture frames. Put a drop of lemon oil on there and it just pops right off after about 2 minutes. Very, very high in antioxidants. You can put lemon oil in your water. Very, very different from squeezing lemon juice in your water. It's not acidic, it's alkaline, which is better for the body. And the essential oil is actually taken from the rind of the fruit. So we are not, when we have lemons, grapefruit, oranges, any kind of citrus fruit, we do not get the essential oils unless we zest that oil into some of our, or zest the peel into some of our food. But when you open a bottle of lemon oil or any citrus oil, it is going to smell like you just zested that fruit. It's an amazing aroma. And then we've got lavender. So lavender is all things calming. Very good for skin imperfections. It's also very good for calming anxiousness. It's very good for sleep and for rest. But most people don't know it's also a natural antihistamine. So like if you get a bee sting or a bug bite, it's fantastic to have around the house. For any kind of skin abrasions, for burns, it's fantastic. Peppermints. So peppermint is uplifting and invigorating. It opens up the brain. It's very, very good for that, like, middle of the afternoon slump when you're just feeling really tired, just smelling peppermint and all of a sudden you're awake and you're invigorated. So it's also very good for breathing, for cleaning out the airways, and it's very good in your hair. It stimulates hair growth, and it's also really good for digestive issues, nausea. Just smelling in peppermint helps to soothe nausea, and it's really good for fighting off seasonal threats, for aching joints and muscles. I use it in cooking all the time, making peppermint brownies. They're fantastic. But peppermint is kind of a staple oil. Those first three, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, are going to be your main staple oils. Now, melaleuca, it's also known as tea tree oil. I think most people do know it as tea tree oil. Think of anything skin related. So anything with the skin, melaleuca is going to be your best buddy. Hair, skin, and nails. It's highly antifungal. And when we use oregano with melaleuca, this now helps to boost immunity and fight off those seasonal threats. Use this on the bottom of your feet a couple of times a day, especially during times of seasonal threats. If you're a teacher or work in healthcare or anywhere with the public, we're going to be exposed usually at this time of year to those things that start going around. So this is one of those great ways to be able to fend that off. Oregano. I'll tell you what, when you open up this bottle of oregano and smell it, it smells like a pizza joint times 100. It's like, woo! I mean, it is oregano, like on fire. It's amazing. Very, very good for helping with respiratory function. But think of this one as very cleansing and very purifying. Not only to use as a cleaner, but to use in the body to be able to fight off, especially it's very antibacterial. So remember I said that you should dilute a lot of your essential oils. This is definitely an essential oil that you're going to want to dilute. It is very hot when you put it on the skin. I can use it undiluted and I don't have any issues with it, but some people will put a little bit of oregano on and their skin will get very red and maybe even itchy. So just remember to dilute this. Like if I have a 10 ml roller ball, I'm probably going to put 5 drops of oregano in that bottle and fill it all the way up to the top. So you really, really don't need very much of this one at all. Okay, so frankincense is, if this slide was like 10 feet long, frankincense would do everything. And I would list it all on there, but I can't. So if you just remember that frankincense does everything, that's about all you need to know. So again, very good for skin health, for scars, supporting cellular function. This is probably the main thing that frankincense is being recognized for right now, is for brain health and to help at the cellular level. Because we all have cells in our body that are not acting correctly. They're acting poorly. And our immune system actually takes care of those things and rids them from the body. But frankincense increases that propensity of the body to be able to get rid of those cells that are acting incorrectly and get rid of them. And so there's a lot of research being done on frankincense right now. You can use it on the bottom of your feet for immune support. Use it with lavender and peppermint for head tension or to calm stress. And what I use frankincense for, like every day, at least twice a day, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So my shoulders and my neck, I don't have frozen shoulders anymore, but that doesn't mean that I still don't have tension in my neck and my shoulders. So frankincense every night before I go to bed, every morning when I wake up to just start my day out, it's an amazing, amazing addition to help with that tension. So DigestZen is all things digestive. So if it starts at your mouth and goes out the other end, that is your digestive system. And I guarantee you that DigestZen is a product that is going to be your best friend, okay? This one smells like, you can see the ingredients there. So the first 6 oils that we talked about were all single oils. So that's all that was in there, was frankincense, was lemon, was peppermint. But now we're going to talk about some blends. So doTERRA has taken some of these amazing oils and properties. All of these oils have great properties for digestion, and they put them together in this amazing blend called DigestZen. So we've got anise seed, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel essential oils. This one smells like black licorice. So some people really love it, and some people are like, not so much. But as you can see in the picture there, there's an entire line of DigestZen products. So it's not just about the oil. There is a soft gel that you can take. So if you have anything like heartburn or indigestion, gas, bloating, those occasional stomach irritations that we get, especially at this time of year when maybe we're eating foods that are different than what we're used to, that DigestZen soft gel is going to be your best friend. I'm not going to go into these other products. Terrazyme, PB Assist is the probiotic, but just know that there's an entire line, and there's probably 10 other products on here that aren't even on this slide. Okay, On Guard is, I would say, is probably one of the signature products with doTERRA. So if you think of, this is called the Protective Blend for a very, very good reason. It's antiviral, it's antibacterial, and it's antifungal. So it's very, very powerful in the body to help during times of seasonal threats. It helps the immune system have that protection from common illnesses. So the thing is there is no pharmaceutical medication out there that can stop a virus. And that's why we say there's no cure for the common cold. So if you get the flu, hey, you can get the flu shot and it might work, but it might not, because you don't know if you're going to get the same strain as the flu shot that you got. So viruses replicate inside of the cell, inside of your DNA, actually. And there's no pharmaceutical medication that can cross that barrier, that cellular protection on the outside. But essential oil molecules are so small, and they're lipid in nature, just like your cell membrane. And so those essential oils are actually invited into the cells, and they can actually stop that viral replication, which is pretty darn amazing when you think about it. So about, I would say at least 85% of illnesses that go around this time of year are viral related, not bacterial related. So there's no antibiotic that's going to help you with that thing. You just have to kind of, work through it and drink plenty of water and rest and all those things. Well, here's your product. This is On Guard. And the On Guard Plus soft gels are, if you feel like you've been exposed, if you feel like you're starting to get sick, catch it immediately. As soon as you can, start taking these On Guard soft gels, and it's pretty darn amazing what happens. If you do feel like you're already sick, you're going to start taking your On Guard Plus soft gels every 2 to 3 hours, okay? So these are really good. I think that these should be on every shelf. Every home in America should have these to be able to fight against these seasonal threats that we have. All right, so Breathe. So now, you know, you've got some respiratory stuff going on. You know, sometimes we have those seasonal allergies that go around, or we just have chest congestion or respiratory congestion in our sinuses. And this breathe is laurel leaf and eucalyptus and peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ravensara. These are very, very good oils, all very good respiratory oils. So breathing them in is the best way, aromatically or topically, to be able to use this set of oils. There's also, and I think on frankincense, I also had, there's that breathe, that it's in the taller tube there. That's called a breathe touch. So these oils are already pre-diluted. So when you get the touch set of oils, you're already getting them in a convenient roller ball, and they're already pre-diluted. Okay. Let me just go back really quickly to On Guard. I forgot to tell you what's in it. Wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So this one, you guys, smells like Christmas. I am not kidding you. It is the most lovely scent. So when we think about something that's, you know, sanitizes, we think of what? Clorox or Lysol or whatever. Now we have something that smells wonderful. And this is what I make all my cleaning products with, is this On Guard product. I forgot to mention. Okay, Deep Blue. This will be your best friend. This is for muscle aches, achy joints, stiffness, tension. I don't care what it is. This Deep Blue rub is an amazing product. And it's also the men's gateway oil. Sometimes men are like, not so, you know, they're pretty skeptical about this whole thing, and they think it's perfumey and whatever. But when they start using this Deep Blue, they're like, honey, can you give me another tube of that? That stuff was pretty awesome. So there's an entire line of Deep Blue products as well. So think of Deep Blue as your, you know, your pain oils, I guess. Wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, Deep Blue, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. And then there's also Deep Blue capsules that you can take that help to fight that daily inflammation as well. So those are the top 10 oils. And I know that I went through those really quickly. And one thing that I like doing these webinars, because I can reach a lot more people, and I would love to be down in California with all you guys, but I can't be. So being here and telling you about these oils, but having you not be able to smell those aromas is what's the saddest part of this whole thing. So I just want to invite you to, like, how do I get started with this? Like, Sandy got started with this, and I know that it like completely changed her life. So let's go through what the process might look like just to get started with essential oils. The first thing is to have a variety of essential oils, because, you know, I think a lot of people say, well, I want lavender, lemon in my water would be awesome. But the fact is now what happens if you have a digestive issue in your family, or somebody's starting to get sick, or somebody sprains an ankle? You know, are you going to have an oil to be ready for anything that comes up in your house? So that's why this variety of these, especially these 10 essential oils that we just talked about, is a really, really great way to get started. And then the fractionated coconut oil, which is the dilution, the oil that you should use for dilutions when you're making up those roller balls. You can make those up by yourself. And it really, really helps, like I said, for that oil to be able to absorb in the body. To get a diffuser, and a diffuser, like I said, really helps with mood in the home. It also just helps with a fresh aromatic smell in your home. And it's also very cleansing to the air as well. And then here's the kicker, is a good reference book. So you guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, how in the world am I ever going to start to use this? Is all overwhelming. I don't know how to do this. And the thing is you're never going to know how to do it if you don't have the oils. But also if you don't have the education, if you don't have somebody helping you. And that's what this book is for. It's called the Essential Life Book. It's a fantastic way to be able to help your friends and family learn how to use essential oils as well. And we get you this book for free, okay? This is from us. This isn't from doTERRA. This is from us as a team, so that in your home, you can just have a reference book to look up anything you need, okay? Like, you know, an issue comes up in your house. Oh my gosh, somebody got stung by a bee. What do I do? Well, you go to your book, you learn what oils to use, how to apply them. It's a reference from A to Z from anything that you could possibly think about. So don't feel overwhelmed. The best thing to do is just to get started. You can pay full retail price, but honestly, we just don't let our friends do that because there is a wholesale member option where you can get 25% off of your oils. It's only a $35 membership fee, so it's like a Costco or a Sam's Club where you can get, you know, the discount prices for a year, and then the annual membership fee is $25, but they send you a free peppermint, and peppermint's $22. So, you know, it's pretty much free to keep your membership for as long as you want it. You can earn free products, and that's what's really fun. I know Sandy's earned a lot of free things, and so have I. And then you also have the option to earn commissions on referrals. So people who also want to get started in this lifestyle, get their wellness products delivered to their door like every month. I mean, my toothpaste, my laundry soap, my skincare, you name it, you know, we get it to our door. My supplements, I don't have to go to any of those big box stores anymore to get that kind of stuff because doTERRA just has so many different products. So here are some of the starter kits, and I'm going to break these down just really quickly here on the next couple of slides. The first one is the Simple Solutions Kit. Okay, this one is $105. This does include your $35. So any of these kits includes that $35 enrollment fee. You're not going to pay that extra on top of this. So this includes 4 of doTERRA's like signature products: Deep Blue, the Deep Blue Rub, lemon oil, On Guard oil, and Serenity, which we didn't talk about, but it's very, very good for sleep, for rest, and for anxiousness. And this one's $105 just to get started with these 4 products. I call this the semi-customizable kit because you can add on other oils to be able to make a kit that's going to be really nice and personalized for you. But this one starts at $105. The Healthy Start Kit. So all the oils that we just talked about and a diffuser for $160. Now, I don't know how much it is to go to the doctor there in California, but I just had a doctor's appointment and it was with a specialist, and it was $520 for me just to go in and talk to her for 40 minutes. So I'm thinking $160 to keep me away from the doctor, maybe one doctor visit, you know. This is a very, very good option. So it's all of the oils that we talked about. They're in smaller bottles. So these are 5 ml bottles. And this is like a sample size of, you know, for the curious. So it's about 70 drops are going to be in each one of those bottles. And it's kind of a really nice way to get started for a good price point. The next one is called the Healthy Habits Kit. So this is that daily wellness plan for the committed. So this is one that, you know, when I knew, hey, I knew nothing about essential oils, but I knew that I needed a good supplement. I knew that I needed good gut health. This was the kit that I would have gone for if it would have been available. This one just became available a couple weeks ago. So you get the smaller bottles of lemon, frankincense, Balance, which smells like you're out in the forest, On Guard, which is the one that smells like Christmas, and lavender, the Deep Blue Rub, the probiotic, which is fantastic, the Terrazyme. Terrazyme is a natural food enzyme, so it helps you to break down your food as you're eating. So anybody who has any kind of digestive issues whatsoever, Terrazyme is going to really be one of your best friends. And then the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which I went into detail about. Oh, excuse me. That Healthy Habits Kit is $195, and you're saving $75 on that kit. And then you've got the Healthy Home Kit. So now we've got all those top 10 oils, but they're in the big bottles, okay? So this is going to be that lifestyle collection for somebody who's going to be more serious about essential oils. So all those top 10 oils with a diffuser, and you get shampoo and conditioner and toothpaste and cleaning concentrate and hand soap and hand sanitizer that are all in that On Guard line. So this is a super nice kit to get started. Wholesale value on this one is $350. Natural Solutions Kit, now you get everything. So this is going to be that Let's Do It All collection, 16 different essential oils and all of the products that we talked about in the other kit, and you get that cool box with it. This one is $570, and I will guarantee you that when people get started with doTERRA, one of the only regrets that they have is that they didn't get started with a bigger kit. So you can get started any way you want to. You can buy a couple of oils from Sandy if you want to. But like I said, is that really going to help you be ready for anything in your home? So this week is BOGO week, okay? So there are some specials besides just the amazing, what do I want to say, prices that we already have on these kits. If you get started with doTERRA with your own wholesale membership with at least 100 PV order, you are going to get 50 free points. So $50 worth of stuff to buy whatever you want. Just put into your account next month and you can get free $50 worth of anything. Okay, so today only, there is also a special going on that when you buy lavender for $23, you're going to get a bottle of peppermint for free. So let's say you do get the Simple Solutions kit and you add on peppermint and lavender, you now have 5 really nice bottles, the bigger bottles too, of essential oil with the Deep Blue Rub. And you're going to get, you have to add one more product on to get over the 100 PV, but you would also get those 50 free points as well. So that's $110 in savings for about paying $125. The Loyalty Rewards program, it's not something that we need to go into detail at this time, but just know that eventually you can earn up to 30% back on all of your products. So after you're in doTERRA and ordering every month for a year, you start earning 30% back, which let's say you put in a $100 order, they give you 30 points back to be able to, it adds up to be able to add products for later. They have specials all the time. They have deals all the time. Like this week is BOGO week, buy one, get ones. And it's just makes sense to be on the Loyalty Reward program, especially just change where you're spending your dollars. Like, where do you get your toothpaste? Where do you get your soap? Where do you get your laundry detergent, your cleaning products? What if you were just to switch that out and start using 100% pure and natural doTERRA products that were delivered right to your door, and now you're making 30% back off of that stuff instead of going to a big box store and buying those things that might be more toxic. Okay, so not only the 50 free points, but we also talked about getting that book for free, which like totally makes sense because we don't want anybody to get a kit of oils and not know how to use them. We don't want to have anybody to have any remorse that they spent money on these oils and now they don't know what to do. Sandy is fantastic at being able to help people to use their oils. We have Facebook groups all the time. We have learning and education opportunities all the time. There's a ton of stuff online. You can learn how to do this. It is super easy once you get those oils. So, you know, how serious are you about taking control of your health and being empowered with these wellness options? You know, what if you could take care of so many of the things that happen in your home without having to say, the doctor has to fix me, right? Because they can't either. We can only be empowered to be able to help ourselves through education and through nutrition. So thank you guys for attending. I really have enjoyed bringing this to you, and I'm gonna stick around and we're gonna ask some questions, okay? Or answer some questions, but I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.